A second basketball stunner of the day, suspending its season, actually evacuating an arena tonight. Our Luke Stuckmeyer has that tonight live. Luke?
Brad, the sports world hasn't been impacted like this since 9/11. Obviously, different set of circumstances there, but starting Thursday, there won't be any NBA games anywhere until further notice because of the coronavirus. The league making that decision after Rudy Gobert, a star player for the Utah Jazz, tests positive for COVID-19. The Jazz and Thunder were set to play in Oklahoma City right before tip-off. The fans were sent home and the players were quarantined. The NBA says it's going to use the hiatus to, quote, determine the next steps for moving forward in regard to the coronavirus pandemic. The Bulls, by the way, were in Orlando for a game that was supposed to be played on Thursday. Meanwhile, for now, the NCAA is still planning on holding March Madness, which starts next week. But the men's and women's tournaments won't have fans this year. They are limiting the crowds to essential personnel and limited family only. And back to Gobert for a second. Later in sports, we're going to show you his hands-on interaction earlier this week with the media. It's hard to believe. In the newsroom, Luke Stuckmeyer, CBS 2 News.
That it is, and we will see in just about 15 minutes. Thank you, Luke. So the NBA is suspending. The NCAA is by and large banning fans. This while the NHL carried on as usual tonight. Our Jermont Terry on a growing call for COVID-19 uniformity in the sports world.
The coronavirus outbreak and its potential threat now expanding into our sporting arena. As the NBA announced the season is suspended, we wait to see if other leagues like the MLB and NHL will follow. Wednesday night, Blackhawks fans still poured into the United Center, but this was before word came an NBA player tested positive. What we know tonight, no Bulls player or fans will step foot into the UC until the NBA gets a better control on who else the infected player came in close contact with.
If you have one player that's tested positive, it would not take very much for the whole team and for many other players and team personnel to have been infected.
Capital market and sports analyst Mark Yanis believes the NBA made the right move. He says suspending the season brings this outbreak closer to Americans.
For most people, it's been something that's affected others, somebody in another part of the country, somebody in another part of the world. Now, this affects tens of millions of people in a very personal way, directly.
The NBA's decision to halt the season comes on the heels of the NCAA announcing no fans will attend March Madness playoffs. Guinness says in light of the NBA's move, the college tournament will check out each athlete.
We've been told by the medical professionals that people who don't have any reason to be tested don't need to be. I would expect that you're going to see that a lot of players, athletes, they're going to err on the side of conservatism and test as many as they can.
And tonight, the NHL telling us it continues to monitor and consult with the doctors within the Hockey League to determine their next step. Now, if that includes testing players or taking a similar move like the NBA, it's unclear tonight, but we do know the NHL expects to update us sometime tomorrow, and Brad will be on top of it.
And we certainly will. Thank you very much, Jermont.